Hello, it's Gary Cleveland at helicopterground.com. Kenny Keller, creator and owner of helicopterground.com, is on the way over from the Camera Council. And we have an important message to get out there to our friends in law enforcement.
Yep, we're giving away our new drone course, Remote Pilot Unmanned Aircraft Systems. We're giving it away to free to law enforcement, any law enforcement officer. There's a link nearby where you can sign up, and you must sign up with your department email, your department address, department phone number. We want to make sure that you are law enforcement officers. This is an offer just for law enforcement. A lot of bad stuff going on in the world right now, and a lot against law enforcement and things against our military, and we're all law enforcement or ex-law enforcement around here, and or military. Gary's ex-military, so we support law enforcement and we support the military. And we've been thinking about this for a while, and we decided to do this. We're launching the course free for law enforcement. Again, there's a link here. Sign up with your company or your department email, and then within 7 days, just do a quick email or a letter on your department letterhead and scan that and send it to Gary at helicopterground.com just to verify who you are and what department you work for. And you will get immediate access. As soon as you hit that link that's around this video, when you click that link, fill out your information, it will send you your access to the remote pilot course. Gary's got a little insight because we did a video where he recently had a forced landing into a field, and the local law enforcement agency came out and used a drone to do the aerial shots of the helicopter in a field. And the shots were absolutely amazing, and that really kind of what set things off. When here's an officer who wanted the remote pilot, or went and got a remote pilot certificate when he was already a rated pilot, and all he had to do was take a simple test to add on remote pilot. But he went through all the rigmarole to take this big long drawn out test he didn't need to. So, and Gary can fill you in maybe a little more on that, but Gary's pretty much responsible for this course. We've been building it for a couple months. It's still new. We're still adding and editing, and we still have some things we want to add to it, but it's now not available to the public. We had it open up for a little bit for a kind of a special introductory offer, but it's now closed to the public, and it's available to law enforcement. So it's law enforcement officer, pretty much we decide anywhere in the world, right?
Yes, anywhere. If you're a police officer, you need to have the course. So any insight you want to give him about the course, since you basically, Gary pretty much designed everything. I helped him shoot some of the video, but Gary is the one that really dug in and went through the regs on understanding how you get the remote pilot license, how you do the add-on if you're already a pilot. He's really dug into those regs, so he really has the answers, or most of the answers when they pop up about the different things reference the remote pilot. Well, the whole remote pilot licensing is kind of new, something that the FAA has come out with in the last couple of years, and it's just becoming a huge thing. It's another thing that law enforcement has to deal with is, in addition to all their equipment, now they have to be drone pilots, or there's usually one or two in the area that have been issued drones by now, and it's an excellent tool, but there's a whole lot of regulations that go along with the responsibility of operating it, and I just believe that a lot of people will not have all that information privy to them, and so we designed this course to answer questions for our local law enforcement. We've given it to them, and we just want to make it available to all law enforcement and help you get your license and operate it in a legal fashion.
We've had a lot of success with Helicopter Ground School now in 5 years. This is just another feature, another course that we're offering, and it's our way of giving back. We're thrilled with all the success we've had, and one of my good friends, one of the most successful men I've ever met, said, you got to always give back, and if you ever start doing well and you want to do really well, one key is to give back. So it's free to law enforcement, and that's unlimited. There's no 1 year, 2 year, this is unlimited. You have access to the course. It's unlimited. There's no expiration date, so you can keep it as long as you need it. We ask that you interact when you're in there, make comments on the site, what you like, what makes sense, what you may not understand that we might need to elaborate more on. And we'll continue to build this course just like we have all of our helicopter ground school courses. We have tons of law enforcement agencies using our helicopter ground school, and that's awesome. And a lot of those guys will probably jump on and want the remote pilot course too. So
There's a link around here again. Sign up with your department email, department phone number, department address. Click that button. It will send you access to the site. You'll get a follow-up email, a couple follow-up emails. Gary will prompt you for that letterhead to, let us know who you are, what department you're from. And we look forward to pictures of you with your drones in your departments, whether it's your unmanned aircraft sitting on the hood of your squad car or your setup, whatever it is. We know that a lot of law enforcement agencies are going to be more and more getting into the use of drones, and it only makes sense. The drones are part of our world now, and even a lot of pilots, helicopters especially, immediately like, darn drones. Well, they're part of our world now, and we need to educate people. And there's been 2 incidents we know of just in the last couple months with the one drone that hit a military, I think maybe a Black Hawk helicopter, and then we just saw another picture came out and story about another drone hitting another commercial aircraft. It was a King Air or something. And then there's something that statement just put out about how now the president's getting involved in the whole drone thing. So we know that things are going to keep changing. So we're going to keep this course fresh and stay on top of what's coming out with the FAA, because that's going to be the big thing. Is we know as these things grow in popularity, regs are going to keep changing, things are going to keep happening, and as they do, people are going to want that one source that they can go to. And I can't think there's anything else besides we appreciate everything that everybody has helped us build in the past. We're looking forward to giving this to law enforcement. So, any last words of encouragement?
Well,
share and like this video for us. Please share this. People are always going to share, and everybody gets sick of sharing. But share this one for us. Like this for us to get it out there, because we want the law enforcement community to benefit from the time and effort that we've put into this new course. So I'm going to let Gary kind of wrap up while I go get ready to shut things down.
Okay. Well, I'm excited that Kenny agreed to give this out to all law enforcement. And recently being retired from law enforcement myself, I know how liability is such a huge issue. So please educate yourself so that you're not adding liability when you're operating the drone. And realize that even though there are a ton of rules that limit you and make you think that it's useless, there's waivers for every one of the limits that they put on it. And so you just simply need to send in a waiver to the FAA and get approved to use it in the fashion that you want to use it to make your job better. All right. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in the next video.
Like and share. See you in the next video.